Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Seidio active case for the Amazon Kindle Fire. You are more than welcome to check out the active over at its homepage at any time. That is going to be located at www.seidioonline.com. And of course, do not forget to check it out on our own homepage as well at www.daydeal.com. So let's go and get the ball rolling by giving you the unofficial tech specs for the active case as well as its kickstand. Please keep in mind that we made these measurements ourselves, so these are approximations. They're not meant to be 100% accurate, but we did the best with what we can, and we want to give you guys an idea of what to expect when you actually own the product for your Kindle Fire, okay? Now there are two sets of measurements. One is for the active case by itself. The other one is with the case and the multi-purpose stand on it. So starting with the core case, its weight is going to be 111 grams. Its length is going to be 195 millimeters. Its width 125 millimeters, as well as its depth going to be 16. Should you decide to use the multi-purpose stand with it, the measurements are going to jump up significantly, especially with the weight and the depth measurements. So it goes up to 195 grams, its length 198, its width 130, as well as its width all the way up to 22. So please keep this in mind as you watch this video. Some folks out there may tolerate the active case and its size on the Kindle Fire, and other folks out there may find the Kindle Fire with the active case and the stand on it a little bit too much, especially in the weight and depth department. But for those who really want a protective cover, they won't mind those dimensions at all, and that's all we have to say about that. So let's go and move this little insert out of the way and show you that we do actually have a live Kindle Fire to show you guys today. And the reason I wanted to do this because I wanted to let you see a visual representation of the actual size of the Kindle Fire. Okay, this is the core device by itself. There we go. Let's just go and slide it in the middle right there. And on the right, that is the fully assembled active case with the multi-purpose stand on it already. So it's actually quite big, quite thick. Hopefully this right here should be an idea of what to expect when you actually own it. Okay. Now the active is available in 5 different colors. We are reviewing the black version today because it's the most universal, and also there's a lot of space that these 2 items are already taking up, so I can't bring in the other colors. But the other 4 colors that are available are going to be royal blue, garnet, red, glossed white, as well as amethyst. Okay, so blue, red, white, purple, and of course black. Glossed white is the only version of the active case that actually has a reflective cover on it. The black, red, blue, and purple versions have this matte rubberized finish to it, as you can see on the shell right here, and the shell is the only thing that changes color. Okay, all Seidio active cases come with a black silicone skin, and they also come with the black multi-purpose stand should you choose to buy it. Okay, so those never change color, and keep that in mind as well, just in case you have an idea of what you are accessorizing on your Kindle Fire. So let's go and move the live unit out of the way for just a moment. We'll bring it back into picture in a bit. I just want to show you the ins and outs of the active with the multi-purpose stand. I'll also talk about this at the end of the video because I feel it's a little bit more appropriate. I just want to show you the 2 layers that the active case is made of. So you have a polycarbonate exoskeletal frame. Okay, it's just a fancy name for a shell that I like to use because sometimes the manufacturers use an even more complex name. And this is pretty straightforward. It's just made of polycarbonate. It's not too thick, not too thin. This is really just meant to reinforce the silicone skin layer on the case. Okay. And moving on to the silicone skin itself, this is the bulk of the active case. This is what really is going to protect your Kindle Fire. This is really what is going to absorb all of that shock. The sides are reinforced as well as the top and the bottom, wherever the shell is not covering. Okay. Other than that, there are 2 openings on the top for the speakers, and there's 1 opening on the bottom for the audio jack as well as the USB port, and a covering for the power button. I guess let's go ahead and show you what this actually looks like on the Kindle Fire. So the installation is going to be pretty straightforward. You do want to go ahead and attach the skin first. That's how this all works out. And as a quick sidebar, I know that a lot of folks out there will go ahead and notice the lint that is starting to accumulate on the skin. Unfortunately, this is a reality of the situation, guys, because there is no anti-static coating on this skin cover. Now, other brands out there like Trident and Otterbox are starting to put anti-static coatings on their silicone skins. You can see it on their newer products, which resist lint, but unfortunately, Seidio has not caught up to that point yet, so you're just going to have to be patient as they do that while they roll out their newer products for other phones, okay? But as for the Kindle Fire is concerned, lint is going to be an issue, and if it bothers you a little bit too much, this may not be the product for you. But then again, this is a heavy-duty cover, so most folks out there won't really mind or even notice it at all. So once I put the skin layer on there, I'm just going to go and attach this polycarbonate frame right here. Once everything lines up correctly, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the 360 tour. Alright, everything looks in place. So the front of the Kindle Fire has a lip protecting it thanks to the active case. Okay, it's a pretty decent lip, and you always do want to have a lip on cases, because if you accidentally rest your tablet on its face, there's no reason why you should be resting it on its face like so. It is going to be elevated up and away from the surface you are putting it up against. Now, should you happen to drop your Kindle Fire with the active case on there, you can hope that the lip will go ahead and catch the impact first, but that has to be a pretty flat surface. There's a lot of surface area of the screen that is still exposed. As you can see, even the black bezeled edge is pretty much exposed with the Kindle Fire, the active case on it. So you're really kind of taking your chances whenever you happen to drop your tablet. I would say that if you use the multi-purpose stand with it, you can actually put it over the front of the case, because it's a face-in, face-out design, and that will go ahead and give you more coverage. But if you just use the active case by itself, then you just really have to roll the dice, and hopefully the lip will catch the impact first should you drop it, okay? So something to think about if you want to go ahead and purchase this by itself or with the multi-purpose stand. So I'm just going to briefly show you this one more time. There are the openings for the speaker. I'm going to go ahead and show you the opening on the bottom. Now, it's actually not that recessed, so straight and angle connectors from any 3.5mm audio device or speaker, etc., stuff like that should work out just fine, and most tips should connect to the USB port A-OK. Since the power button is covered, you will not be able to see it light on during charging of the Kindle Fire. It shouldn't be a big issue for most folks out there, but I just want to throw that little factoid out. And that is pretty much it just for the core case. So let's go ahead and show you the kickstand right now, aka the multi-purpose stand. So this serves two purposes, okay? Not for two purposes. One is to allow you to put your Kindle Fire in portrait or landscape orientation kickstand mode, and then the other is to actually protect the front of the Kindle Fire, because this is a face-in as well as a face-out cover. All right, so let's go and show you the kickstand right now. Pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to go and pop this latch right out and position it in a angle that is comfortable for you. So we're going to go and do this very close to us, because we want to show you portrait mode first. And this is actually quite rare as far as kickstands go, because most of them out there only allow you to put your Kindle Fire in landscape orientation. So having it in portrait is very useful. And you can do this on the fly. I'm just going to go and adjust this a little bit back now, and now put it in landscape orientation. Very cool. Okay, very easy to use. So once you're done with that and you need to travel, just go ahead and put this stand back in position. And more importantly, you want to go ahead and put your Kindle Fire face down into the multi-purpose stand. It snaps into place like so. And now you are ready and good to go. So with the multi-purpose stand on there, now your Kindle Fire has absolute protection against everything. This now turns into a heavy-duty cover from a, we would say, medium-duty one. And we think that is the main selling point of the stand, rather than using it in kickstand orientation, whatever it may be. Of course, that does add some extra utility, and that's always nice, but remember the measurements we showed you guys at the beginning of the video. You are sacrificing a lot of convenience if you do decide to use the stand, okay? So if you really need the protection, we would say buy the multi-purpose stand, and the kickstand options are kind of icing on the cake. But if you don't really need the protection, you think it's just enough with the active case, then just go ahead and go with that, okay? Because the weight as well as the thickness differential between the two is quite significant. And there we have it, folks. This is the Seidio active case with multi-purpose stand for the Amazon Kindle Fire. Check it out, as well as the other colors it is available in, on the official website at seidioonline.com, and once more, check it out on our own homepage as well at daydeal.com. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, etc., as well as our YouTube channel. See you next video.